supervisor. We are, but we gotta turn the video on. We aren't turning the sound on. There you go.
Yeah, we're just about live on YouTube. Hang on. I'll share it to Facebook and then I'll be ready here.
You're gonna spend some time this learning about the
first time.
streaming.
Try
I'm glad to do it.
Are we all ready?
Just about. We're not live on Facebook yet.
Okay.
I'm just knocking on my video for some reason. Can't get it to.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Sign.
I know.
Maybe it's just like, be this is your last meeting.
I'll just be the silhouette figure with my name.
It's like the fourth time.
I don't know.
Will it let you in? No?
I'm in. It just won't let me.
Oh, yeah, you're on
the
the screen.
video
Hmm.
where you push anything. And it just doesn't do anything.
Ah, that's weird. I'll try. There's been gremlins in this building for a week, so. And I mean gremlins.
You know, Dave, when you retire,
Mhm.
we're gonna put a clock back on that wall.
I know, I was gonna say, why don't we?
Yeah. You're never gonna get it to run on that wall.
Well, we're gonna try.
It will not run on that wall. There's something electrically in that wall.
A
Will
battery?
not allow a clock to run on either side of it. That's
Even
why
if-
there's not one back there.
Even a battery power clock?
Yep, kills the battery power plant.
Huh.
There's something there when that room was built.
Poltergeist.
I'm gonna.
There's no clock. You can't have one in that office on that wall or out
Sounds
here
like
on
a
that wall.
challenge, don't it?
I'm gonna just bring my own.
It's gonna work.
Bring my own clock. You're gonna bring my own clock every month.
So,
I have seen a couple of them up there and they don't last, they die.
mhm. So bring one and put it like over here or over there above that.
Okay, we're all set now. Sorry about
All
that.
right. Like to call to order the 2025 year-end audit meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so. No Scott. He's headed to the went for that.
Right.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for December 9th.
Second that.
Wasn't it?
First and a second for the minutes on December 9th. Any additional comments?
Jane, thanks for typing up your last minutes. Appreciating it.
Well, yeah, I gotta do today's though, too.
I was gonna say she gotta do
Your
today.
Next to last.
minute.
Penultimate.
All right, hearing no additional comments, all in favor of approving the minutes from December 9th?
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. Now, we have quite a number of general and budget amendments. Being that it is the last meeting of the year, we're closing some gaps in some of the budget lines. So I will read through these. You're welcome to follow along. Please let me know if you have any questions. We're going to start with transferring $1,530.53 from A 599 fund balance to A 1620.4 shared services. That's some of the expense for the property being purchased. That's the shared services line. We are transferring $2,980.35 from A 1990.4 contingency to A 5132.4 garage contractual. Transferring $441.38 from A 1990.4 contingency to A 7110.4 Smith Park contractual. Now transfer $424.40 from A 1990.4 contractual to A 7510.4 town historian contractual. We're transferring $19.63 from DA 5142.4 snow removal to DA 9089.8 other benefits. We're going to transfer $165 from DB 5110.44 fuel to DB 5110.43, the Jolly Road Mine. We're transferring 1,693 cents from SW 8320.4 source of supply to SW 8340.4 transmission and distribution. Transferring $28 from SM fund balance to SM 4540.42, and transferring $140 from SM fund balance to SM 4540.43. And we're transferring $800 from A 7510.1 to A 7510.44.
49.
Excuse me. We had the money budgeted for the historian in the wrong line, so that last transfer I just read is just moving it from the inappropriate budget line to the correct budget line. Next page. Gonna transfer $1,000 from A 5132.1 garage personnel services to A 5010.11 highway superintendent. This is for insurance reimbursement. We're gonna transfer $749 from A 7110.13 park laborers to A 7110.10 Smith Park manager. This is also for insurance reimbursement. We're going to transfer $808 from A 7110.11 park assistant manager to A 9050.8 employee benefits unemployment insurance. Transferring $850 from B 1603 vital statistics to B 4020.1 register of vital statistics. Transferring $380.09 from B 1990.4 contingency to B 9060.81 hospital and medical insurance. Transferring $3.01 from DB 9055.8 disability insurance to DB 9010.8 employee benefits New York State retirement. Transferring $774.73 from DB 9055.8 disability insurance to DB 9060.82 dental insurance. And I transfer $332.93 from DB 5140.4 brush and weeds contractual to DB 5140.1 personnel brush and weeds. And we're going to transfer $3,121.20 from DB 5110.44 the fuel line to DB 5140.1 personnel brush and weeds. Transferring $15,002.55 from DB 5110.44 fuel to DB 5110.1 general repairs motor equipment operator. Then we're going to transfer $14,851.37 from DB 599 fund balance to DB 5110.1 general repairs motor equipment operator. And then we're transferring $21,935.14 from DB 599 fund balance to DB 9060.81 hospital medical insurance. And then transferring finally $320 from SW 599 to SW 8310.15.
The $808 from the park managers, the unemployment insurance, is that for the assistant manager?
Yes, the former assistant manager.
Because Mallory's full time, right? She don't.
Yeah.
That was Christina, right? Yeah. What was the on the first page, the 441.38 contingency to Smith Park?
Smith Park contractual is
It's the contractual line, I mean, because you'd have to look at the abstract to see what all was spent
Oh, okay,
under,
okay,
because.
okay.
well,
So
it's
the contractual went over.
Yes, contractual,
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
probably
Probably the electric bills, because we got a whole bunch of electric bills for Smith Park this month.
and they look those all the accounts have been up and above and over what
Yeah,
we're budgeted for last year. So that wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, it most likely was good.
I will make a motion to approve the journal entries and budget amendments. That's so rad.
I'll second it.
We have a first and a second. Any additional questions or comments? Hearing
confused about that.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries. We have the bills is audited.
Well, the encumberment, this is on first, but
Okay, I
does that make a
apologize.
difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
let's
that
do
one
that
first. Which there's, on a few of these, there still might be another journal entry that will fund some of these, but we don't have full proper numbers on some of these. We have estimates, but we don't have a bill.
So I'll make a motion to approve the accounts payable encumber list as so presented. To be
Second.
subject to change.
I second the motion.
This will be added in the other accounts is,
No, it goes up in that other,
okay.
it goes in the other one.
All right, we
Have it written out there.
have a first and a second.
But do we have the money encumbered that's supposed to be encumbered for the highway stuff? Or was it for
Truckee-
Southern
the
Highway?
truck- The Truckee
Or is that all in
order
the
is
next
being
year?
paid out of 26
It's
and
all-
It's
27.
not chips from this year,
It's
it's all
not chips out of
the
this
next
year,
2
it's-
years, it's not this year, next 2 years.
That is correct. And technically, we can't encumber CHIPS funding because we don't have the money in-house.
But I
Right
thought there
now.
was something else we were supposed to do, but maybe it wasn't.
Well, this accounts payable list is subject to change based on invoices that come in, that there might be stuff out there that somebody forgot, oh yeah, we did order that, we did get it, that we don't have an invoice for yet. So your accounts payable list will probably change a little bit before it's final.
And some of the Smith Park money will go into the reserve.
We can do that when we
Beginning of
close
year.
the books. We'll do
That,
the transfer, and then also the other thing that we have to transfer with the new budget is the money that we agreed upon at the budget meeting that for the building reserve fund.
Right.
Instead of raising taxes, we were gonna move money from the a fund balance into the building reserve.
so we're not, that's not this, cause it says encumber this too, so that's, you encumber that money, but you don't encumber it till later.
Yeah, you can do it later when you know what your actual numbers are left in your fund balance.
And we wanna close out.
I
the
just wanna
books.
make sure we didn't forget.
No, I appreciate that. That's important that we all need to keep up with that. Any additional questions?
When do you close the books? So like in February or March or?
In a perfect world, by the end of January, but most likely the start of February.
Okay.
Depends. I mean, some of the books will close real quickly and others will,
Depends on when we have all the bills in.
yeah. Additional questions?
There is a comment on the Zoom.
We haven't got to public comment yet.
Okay, I'll wait till we're there.
Yep. All right, hearing no further questions. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Now, the bills is audited.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills as audited.
I second the motion.
We have first and second. Any questions, further questions about the bills to be audited?
We do, highway number 165. Or it was for $165, number 302. The fine for the,
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Fine.
is, we were wondering. If. That should be, it's ultimately it comes out of the town, but if it also is not in the gravel bank and if somebody's not wearing their seatbelt and they're a town person. And they get a seatbelt ticket, does it come out from the town or is it a personal ticket?
I think it's a failure of our safety training program. I mean, ultimately it's our responsibility to make sure that you're saying, should it be the person should be personally liable?
Well, that's, you get a seatbelt, like the loader, right? It's like wearing your seatbelt. And like a sheriff pulls you over and you're not wearing your seatbelt. Is the town liable or should the person be liable? And I don't know if there's what's the law as far as doing that.
We'd have to look into it with the highway superintendent. The other thing is, having looked at those two bulldozers, do they even have?
It's a
No,
payload.
it said
It's in the
they
payload.
are functional and in working order. It said on the ticket.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure those two old bulldozers have seatbelts.
That's
No, but
why-
it said on the ticket they did. That's what it said on
Because
the
it was in the
plate.
payloader, it was a 621.
Oh, it was in the payloader, not the
Yeah.
bulldozer?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it says in the citation that they have functional,
Seatbelt,
Yeah.
and they weren't
And
wearing.
then-
specifically said it, yeah.
And then the operator engaged it or something, like put it on after.
I didn't catch that part, as I said.
I can tell you from a business standpoint, like Board Warner, if somebody didn't have a seatbelt on, they got hurt as a result, it's Board Warner's fault.
Well, I can see that as far as if they got hurt, but this is just a ticket.
Even if they,
Right.
if you had OSHA walk in and they saw somebody without a seatbelt, it's the company's responsibility to make sure that individual wears a seatbelt.
That's just what Liz was saying as far as the.
I assumed that that
Now,
was that.
personally, you could write them up, do whatever you had to do from a discipline standpoint, and even up to termination for not wearing a seatbelt that had multiple cases. But I think, like you said, when you got a couple pieces of equipment that didn't have seatbelts, I think they're grandfathered in, but I think you should check.
But that's not the case here. This
Yeah,
specifically
this had a
said that.
seatbelt, it just said wear the seatbelt. I don't know what the circumstance, we just seen the bill and it was $165 fine and.
And a note on the highway. Under highway, and I'll get together with Scott.
I mean, it doesn't have any person.
Yep.
Right, if down to the park and you're not wearing your seatbelt, somebody sees you and you take it. There's. Like, whatever.
I think I believe it says in the town policy that.
The operator of the case 821G front end loader was observed loading customer trucks while not wearing a seatbelt. The provided seatbelt was in good condition and functional. This condition exposes minors to permanently disabled crushing or blunt force trauma injuries resulting from being unrestrained in the cab of the loader that overturns. Photo taken. I mean, it's, it's just like,
There's a flaw in there because it's not customer
Yeah.
trucks. It's town trucks.
I mean, I think that's just generic MSHA language probably versus like, but.
It was just,
I mean, I think ultimately it comes down to our, we're liable,
We had that
so.
question, so I was curious.
The best way to address it is to get everybody through a training course to make sure that they're updated.
yeah.
So it's not just one individual, but
Everybody.
that drives it has the capability to drive a piece of equipment with a seatbelt. They are well aware and they sign off that they understand that. Take some of the liability off the company, but I don't know if that applies to the town, just
yeah.
2 cents for.
They all went through I mean, they did go through their training for the, but I don't know what the circumstances was, maybe he just jumped in it to move it and loaded something and. somebody was
Inspector
there.
happened
Yeah.
to be there and
So,
so.
like,
Yeah, well,
we'll just
talk
we
again.
can chat about it in highway committee next time and. But it wouldn't have to just be highway, it could be any. town
Yeah, because it could be
personnel.
water, it could be park, it could be anybody driving a town vehicle.
Could be a lawnmower.
I know the new gator at the park, the electric one won't go very fast unless you have the seatbelt. As soon as you put the seatbelt on, they can zip around, but without the seatbelt on, you can
It
only go
restricts
like
the
10
speed.
miles an hour.
Any other
No.
questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor of the bills as audited?
Right,
Anybody opposed? That carries. 10-minute public comment period. If you have a comment, please share your name and where you reside. I believe we have one already in the queue.
I can read it.
Please.
Public comment from Christina Hansen, resident of town of Hector, 30 years. My comment is regarding 2026 dog shelter contract with the new stricter state regulations, and this being an important service that will be entrusted with live animals. I'm concerned this contract reviewed STAC's ability to meet new requirements. Has the town board reviewed STAC's compliance and or ability to meet the new 26C requirements? It would seem it would benefit taxpayers to have a comparison contract with the HSSC, which is the local humane society, regarding cost and their ability to meet the 26C regulations. Because this is a professional service, the lowest cost is not necessarily the service that meets the taxpayers' needs. Sorry, hang on. The service, can you get a proposal from the HSSC? Thank you. Okay, there's the comment.
as far as that is, as far as that concerned, all of the town supervisors within the town of, or excuse me, the Schuyler County have met repeatedly. The Humane Society of Schuyler County is not interested in providing us with any type of reasonable contract. We've been assured by staff that they will meet the updated regulations. Their most recent inspection they passed
December 15th.
December 15th of this year. I feel strongly that it is in our best interest to move forward with this contract. And it's the feeling shared by all the town supervisors of Schuyler County. I'd like to take this time while we're here in public and making public comments to thank Jessica for the 8 years of service. 8 years is a long time. It's hard to get people to volunteer for much of anything anymore, but you've done it for 8 years, and I know you're still going to be engaged after this. And I just want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you. And hopefully some people can look at what you've done and be inspired to come get involved with the town.
Oh, thank you.
And Jess, thanks for going above and beyond in the 8 years you've been here with us.
Thanks, guys.
Also, obviously, we have to thank Jane that she's been here since before the town hall's been here.
I came with it before the town existed.
Is
Jane
Hector
was
with a
here.
pup, maybe?
Yeah.
Thank you for all your hard work. I know personally, in this position, I wouldn't have been able to do it without Jane. And I think there's a lot of things that have happened in the town, for the town, over the last 38 years that probably wouldn't have happened without Jane's hard work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's gonna be, it's
Well,
gonna
we'll
be,
be calling both you guys.
it's
once
gonna
in a
be,
while.
it's gonna be different, but I'm to the point where I'm enjoying putting Meredith's name on everything. And I can tell you, I've spent the last 6 weeks with her, working with her, trying to, teaching her as much as I can teach her, fry her brain. She goes home, she comes back the next day. She does remember things. And she does, so I think she's gonna do fine. She still has a lot to learn, but I can't teach 38 years of stuff in 6 weeks, so.
Yeah, welcome, Meredith. I know you've been putting in the time to try to get a grasp of what you're stepping into tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I guess technically.
Friday.
So thank you for your hard work and preparation. And I'd also like to say welcome, Mark. I know you have at least some idea of what's going on from your family history, but once you're in the seat, it's completely different. And
Yeah.
I think you're going to enjoy learning and getting to be part of the board.
I told Jessica it's gonna be some large shoes to fill for, even though she's got small feet. May have to have conversations at two goats. Occasionally, just to catch up.
It's all right. Meredith has my number on speed dial, so she'll be all right.
Sure.
With that, there is a further comment. Please clarify what the unreasonable offer for the 2026 from HSSC. Thank you. I'm saying that they have, we are not seeking a quote. It's professional services that has been cited. We have an agreed upon contract with SDAC. We did not reach out to the Humane Society after last year's failed negotiations. We did not feel it was in the best interest of the town or any of the communities in Schuyler County. So we're moving forward.
Also, the Humane Society is fully aware of the contracts the town has made with Southern Tier. And if a Humane Society were able to come back to the towns with a quote that was closer to, what the Southern Tier was, I'm sure they would have. And we haven't, it's not up to us actually solicit bids from things like that when we already have a standard, you know, place that we
Agreed upon
can work
contract.
on. Yeah, agreed upon. I mean, I think if Humane Society could change their rates, they would, and maybe we would consider it. But I don't think in the way they can be set up, it's not something they can do. So that's just how I feel about it too. I love the Humane Society of Schuyler County. I volunteer there, but I am also in agreement with staying with Southern Tier Animal Shelter for the town services provides.
All right, with that being said, we're gonna close the public comment period at 2:25 PM. And we're gonna move on to highway. We don't have a report from highway.
Okay. No.
So we're gonna move on to water. We have a quote that I appreciate you coming to explain why we have this quote and what's going on.
So this quote is for a repair company. It's to repair our upper system of the HDPE pipe that's currently leaking, and this is really one of the only companies that can do our repairs. They're gonna try scheduling both repairs for the same day with the assistance of us and probably the highway. We might need a couple, just a dump truck or two, or probably just one. And then we'll have to call on another excavator to have them open up the hole over, open up the other hole, so we'll have both holes exposed. So we just might have 2 crews on standby to overwatch both holes, and then we'll have just like road signs and stuff, because we really don't have to shut down the lanes, we just have to shut down the edge of the roads for the repairs and equipment and stuff like that.
They bore under the road, is that the repair?
We're gonna have to open the hole big enough where we can get the equipment underneath the piping, and where the equipment can't sit anything near the water, it's all up to fusion. So we're gonna have to make a trench for all the water that's seeping around it, so the hole's gonna be quite a big hole to get the equipment underneath and stuff like that, so.
But under the road or just under the pipe?
Just
I see.
under the pipe.
Wow.
So we're gonna have to cut it and then put a piece of ductile in there and then fix it that way. It's the only way they can fix it, because they say as soon as this stuff starts leaking and you cut it, it actually shrinks the pipe somehow with the weather and pressure and stuff like that. So the pipe is actually shrinking as we speak right now after it was cut. So they're gonna do it with a couple MJ clamps, and then they're gonna do a piece of ductile wire in there. And the pressure, when I told them about the pressure, his eyes, so no, it's like more because I've worked with 250 PSI pressure before, so.
Because it's so close to the water tower, it's just that much pressure.
It's just because there's nothing to slow it down from tower to tower.
Huh.
So there's nothing to slow the pressure down at all, so. He's working on the highest pressure in the water system. So we're gonna have to shut it off with multiple valves, because we did it before, and one valve won't shut the water all the way off because of the pressure, so we have to shut off probably a mile section of road, which will probably shut off 5 or 6 houses. So we'll make them aware of the situation. We're gonna try to do it in one day. He says he can do it within 8 hours. So as long as we can get it shut down and then we'll come back up, I might just have to do a little boil water for a couple of days, but.
What road is that on?
It's on County 2. It's the main feed line to low water tower. So.
It's where the cones are.
Okay, yeah.
And I know you communicated with the county road.
Yeah, so we already talked to the county, we've already had to cut the road and disturb the road, which they paid last year or this year, so. They're gonna come fix it after we do all the repairs. The new repair above that should affect the road, but the one that we already fixed twice definitely affected the road, because there's already still from the road from Thunder King and stuff like that, so. We've already tried twice to fix it, but the band-aids they make for that pressure, they won't work because it's so high pressure, so we just gotta cut the pipe and fix it properly, so. This
When you
is
say
the
fix
most.
it properly, they like put a new pipe on top of both of the cut sections and then
They
clamp
just
them
put
all.
a section in between, which they have to cut out the sections leaking.
Hmm.
Because when they fuse this together, it's like a little thin inch strip where they fuse it, and that's actually leaking in the pipe. It was badly fused on the company who did it before, probably didn't properly fuse it the right way, so.
Is that the company that did it before? Is that when it was initially installed?
When it was initially installed, yeah. We've had a couple problems before, but it had nothing to do with the piping, it was more of the fusion couplers that they put on there, a couple of them popped off because it wasn't properly put on. But this has all happened this year, so we need to get it fixed because we're pumping every day just to try to fill the power and move, because we're losing so much water.
It just says 2 separate locations.
Yeah.
One is at the Logan Road,
No,
or kind
We're
of two.
pretty much within a half mile from each other.
Oh, they're both
Same
on
problem.
County. And do we have 2 separate town and Hector digging crews?
So we have our backhoe that we can use, and I can call another excavator to come and do the other.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like shared service with Ovid or.
Yeah, I just have to call when exact them open, they just charge us
Mhm.
$500 for half a day work, whatever he charges us.
And is the weather dependent and all? I mean,
Yeah, so whenever I get approval of this, I'll talk to, I already talked to him yesterday, just waiting for approval, and he'll give me a time when it's due, so that I'll do it.
And how impactful is the weather?
We just can't have rain or anything like that because he's using electrical fusion stuff, so it can't be raining, snowing, clouds, stuff, or it'll be, hazardous safety, stuff like that, so it doesn't have to be a clear day, it doesn't have to be warm or cold, it just has to be
Just
not raining or snowing.
So if it goes according to plan, water will be shut off for 8 hours? Or-
Maybe 8 hours.
Hmm.
Anything over 4, I'm happy to boil water on, so I'll just plan on doing that, because it's amazing.
will you be dropping off notice to the residents impact saying that?
We'll just do the same thing, we'll just go knock on people's doors, do the same thing we did last time.
The good news is it's above the lower water tower, right? It's all above the lower water tower.
Right, but the biggest thing is it's hard to pump when we're losing so much water. We're losing half the water we're pumping.
And you're saying shut it down, you're not shutting down the whole system, just.
No,
the town.
just shutting
I just
down
wanna
the
make that
whole-
clear that it is above the lower water
Yeah.
tower, and you're not shutting down the whole town Hector water system.
Yeah,
It's just-
right, I mean, whoever would be affected by it could be affected by it for a day. or
Maybe
something.
just a couple, just 8 hours, but what we can do is drop off bottled water and stuff like that, just.
Yeah,
It'll be off for a minimum of 8 hours, so we'll just turn it back on and put up the boil water, go from there.
and there's, I heard somebody say this, but I'm just asked, there's no other companies that do this. I mean,
Not really,
Okay.
no, not that I've before.
well, I would make a motion to allow the supervisor to sign a contract with RB Robinson Incorporated, Candor, New York, for repairs to the water main, 2 in 2 spots. $5,000 to be done hopefully in 1 day. The first sprawling motion. I think I got there.
I got you covered.
yeah.
All right, we have a first and a second. Any further questions on this? Hearing none, all in favor? Anybody opposed?
Justin, do you want me to sign this once on the film out, or do you?
Which one of us should we sign?
Probably you should be signing it. There's an original copy. He's got an original, so. Jody, you could have authorized him to, but. So you can take that, Josh, but make a copy before you go. Just throw it on my counter.
I will email it to them as soon as I leave here.
And there's enough money in the repair reserve without moving money in.
Well, that's the other thing is if do you have money in current budget to use? If you're gonna use reserve, then you have to advertise for.
I assume this will be coming out of next year's
Yeah, this can come out of next year's
repair line.
because it's gonna happen after, but it won't happen this week.
Oh, you don't think they'll be able to do
No.
It's not gonna happen tomorrow.
it?
So yeah, Josh can take
It'd
that.
make your life way easier, huh?
And then, like I said, just
Oh, do you have to come?
make a copy of that.
Yeah,
make a copy and leave it in the clerk.
leave it on my counter and then you're all set.
Thanks, Josh.
Well, what's up? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Unless you got something else.
Happy New Year. Not
Me too.
yet.
I was gonna say, he's got something besides that very big week. It's a bad day for him.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, we have town clerk, tax collector, Jane's final report at a board meeting.
Yeah. Basically, I don't have a final report for you. You'll get your December report in January with what we close out after the end of tomorrow. We do need to establish a tax collector's petty cash in the amount of $200.
I'll make the motion.
I second the motion.
We have a first and a second to authorize tax collectors petty cash.
Right.
Any questions or comments on this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
We'll write check to.
Yes, so he'll write the check when Meredith and I go to the bank to transfer accounts and everything on Friday, she can cash that check. Because it will be written to Meredith. We have also another note on petty cash. There is a highway fund petty cash and then the shared services petty cash. The highway fund one, Scott is responsible for. That's usually been in Lori's desk and he comes to see her when he needs something. We reimbursed that back to the $200 that it should be for the end of this year. And the shared services one, in your town bills, there was one for a check to me to reimburse that one to the $200, and then the shared services one gets assigned to Meredith. At the first of the year, on the first of the year, it gets assigned to Meredith for.
You mean rather than
responsibility.
just generically to the town clerk, it actually goes to,
It's the $200 separate from the tax collector one. That $200 is used sometimes for postage and or different small office supplies or whatever that might be needed by any department. And so then when that is reimbursed, it's charged off to the correct department that needed whatever was spent out of there. So, but that falls to the responsibility of the town clerk to be responsible for that $200 petty cash. And the tax collector one is only for tax collections, so that gets turned in at the end of tax collection.
sure.
Those.
I think we did do
The additional ones as.
the paid bills.
No.
No. No, it's in this, it's all in there,
Okay, never mind.
it's all in there, okay.
Beautiful.
So the other thing, the ag and markets, you saw the municipal shelter inspection on staff, as of December 15th, everything was in compliance, and the second sheet shows you, everything that was checked and inspected, so, that was all in good order. And the next thing is the shelter contract renewal with staff. And Joel has already signed it for staff, so we just need authorization for the supervisor to sign.
I'll make the motion for the supervisor to sign an agreement for dog sheltering services with the Southern Tier Animal Control Incorporated, STAC.
I'll second the motion.
We have a first and second. Any additional questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
You wanna sign 2 copies? This make me happy. So everybody was in favor of that one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I will return one to Joel.
Right. All right. I think everybody here is aware that we have our reorganizational meeting on January 5th at 7 p.m. Be Meredith's first opportunity to shine.
Woo!
Mark will do your swearing in and your oath of office at that meeting. And we'll be here ready to roll.
That's good. Look forward to it.
Us too. We
You
have one last.
could come early enough to have time to sign the invoices before the meeting starts.
Yeah.
There won't
There
be
won't
Oh,
be
yeah,
any,
because it's a reorg.
yeah.
For the 5th, there won't be
Yeah.
any.
That's
It'll be for the
Typically,
next-
typically the board members come 30 minutes to an hour in advance so that you can review the bills that we're paying at that meeting.
Nobody had told me that before my first meeting, so I just wanted to make sure you knew.
There won't be any bills on the January 5th meeting because
No,
it's January 5th and we're just starting.
Yeah.
So the review is 30 minutes prior.
Yeah, well, you can come as early as you'd like.
Okay.
I would, the first couple times in particular, I would probably come in at least an hour in advance so you can review them.
Or during the day even, Jane, what time are they usually? What,
Well,
Meredith,
Meredith.
what time do you plan to have the bills done on January 14th?
All right. So the bills in your abstracts actually are done the day before the meeting, late in the afternoon. Everything gets given to Kathy to get the summaries by mid to late afternoon, the day before the meeting. So the day of the meeting, they would be available at any point in time for board members to come in and sit down and look at them at their leisure.
Which we used to do during COVID.
So,
Right.
just so I'm clear, you sent out a summary also?
No.
It's with the bills.
It's the summary.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could show them.
The summary actually goes
That's what I mean.
when
Yeah,
in
show 'em
the
right now.
attachments for the meeting,
Yeah.
that summary actually ends up in those attachments, but
Yeah.
when you look at the pile of bills, there's also the abstract attached to it.
I'm not familiar with this part.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the process.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So we need to be here to review it.
But not on
Right,
January
because you
5th,
need to
yeah.
initial the bottom of each of the vouchers, is
Okay.
the process.
We'll, I mean, we can review it and if you want to come in the day before, or
I'm
you,
not quite
we,
sure.
yeah. That's, build a little extra time in is up the,
So
your
I'm
best.
planning on being here at 6 o'clock to 7.
Yeah,
When I first started, Jane told me there was only one rule when you sign the bills, don't mix them up.
Mhm.
Don't mix
no,
them up.
keep them in order.
Yeah, I think that's been beaten into all.
I didn't beat any
It's
one
her
of you.
meeting.
Well, there was always a threat.
I only threatened to get the big stick.
It's staying.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You
by
know
the
exactly what I was looking at, thinking, didn't you?
The stick is being passed.
By the way, Jane,
Mhm.
I was going through the bills today and
It's a
309
taser.
was in front of 308.
Oh,
Could do the same name though, I think. I don't know.
depends on what those two were and who looked at them.
I was the first one to look at them in here, but I was like, what
All right,
happened to
so which
308?
one, highway or general?
I don't remember which one.
Okay.
All right, we have one last item on the agenda. We've had 2 requests, and this requires a resolution. Kathy been working her extremely hard and has 14 hours of vacation time that she'd like to carry over. And Jason also, the fall has been busier than he expected, and he has 20 hours that he would like to carry over. These are exceptions to the typical policy, but we can approve it via resolution.
And I see the recommendation that we asked the lawyer who helped us with the audit about this. Was that done prior already?
But
Okay.
just board resolution would be good to go.
Okay, okay. I would make a motion to make an exception to our normal policy to allow vacation rollover time, 14 hours for Kathy Gascon and 20 hours for Jason Santiago. to be used in, is there a time frame in 2026 that we want to give?
Jason,
Jason had mentioned-
Jason volunteered the first 3 months. Kathy had not commented, but I mean, Kathy's is essentially day and a half of time, so both of these are insignificant amounts of time that I'm not particularly. We're not bringing weeks over, we're bringing a day or two,
Mhm.
so I'm not super concerned about
Okay.
it.
So I'm not going to put a date on, just roll over 14 hours as an exception to our regular policy and 20 hours for Jason Santabianco. That's my motion.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Any additional comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Anybody else? All right. Have no miscellaneous correspondence with the exception of the invitation to the.
Right. You have your invitation to the Burdette Fire Company banquet and installation of officers on January 31st. And there is a requirement for an RSVP on the bottom of that, so if you're going to attend, please let them know timely, please.
Oops, I'm gonna be in Hawaii.
Sounds like life's hard.
Mecklenburg will be in there early January.
Mecklenburg's is I haven't seen anything in writing, but I can tell you the date of Mecklenburg's. It's gonna be January 10th. Yeah. It's coming up quickly.
All right.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Whoa,
Oh.
Very happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.